My name is Emma Wu, and I'm serving as one of the Secretaries General of the 2021 International Students Model United Nations Conference. It is my honor to welcome you to the ISMUN conference, and I am beyond excited to see what each and every one of you have to offer at the conference. Whether it be giving eloquent speeches that foster fruitful debate, or being a friendly delegate that seeks to make friendships throughout the conference, I know that you will add something special to this conference, and I'm so glad that I get a chance to witness that throughout this weekend. When COVID-19 first hit my world, I was utterly disappointed because it meant giving up many fun activities such as participating in Model UN conferences. For months, I would entertain myself by taking up eccentric hobbies such as learning calligraphy writing or watching hours and hours of skincare videos. But everything changed after I discovered that people around the world had discovered a new way of participating in MUN conferences, and that was through Zoom. At first, I wasn't too pleased with this idea. I thought to myself, this could never compare to the in-person conferences that I was used to. But after a few close friends started joining these online conferences, I gave in to peer pressure and thought, why not? It couldn't hurt, right? It was the night of August 14th when I sat in my bedroom, kind of dreading to attend this online conference. I had thought, I couldn't make connections with people like I could in the in-person conferences, and I would get sick at staring at my screen for hours. And most importantly, I wouldn't even get a chance to pass those notes filled with paper origami and tic-tac-toe games during the conference. That was my favorite part. What a bummer. When it was finally time to join the Zoom for the first committee session of this online conference, I frowned, convinced that I would not have a good time. In the first committee session, I was not impressed. Every 10 minutes, I would look at the clock and sigh, wishing that time would move faster. Just as I had expected, Zoom conferences were much different from the in-person ones that I had been used to, and it took a lot of adjusting for me to get the hang of things. But when the second committee session started, that's when debate really took off. Me, being the natural public speaker and debater that I am, immediately became interested in discussing the topics the ECOSOC committee had to offer. And soon, I found myself losing track of time, and instead of constantly looking at the clock to see when time would pass, I would constantly raise my placard to speak on the issues that I was passionate about. By day 3, I felt like a real UN representative. I quickly adapted to Zoom etiquette and confidently led my bloc to pass 2 resolutions. All in all, my first online conference couldn't have gone better. Then, months passed, and to be completely honest, my strenuous schoolwork made me completely forget about that international MUN conference that I had been so passionate about. But something great happened at the end of October of 2020, and that is I volunteered to chair at a local MUN conference in my home state. I was paired up to co-chair with Hannah, the other Secretary General of ISMUN, who at that time I had barely knew. We immediately clicked, and only after a few days of knowing each other, I was already texting her on a daily basis. One day, we were on a call, and I said in a jokingly manner, since our local MUN conference isn't having their conference this year, why don't we host our own conference? I mean, how hard could it be? Well, it turns out that sometimes jokes get taken seriously. Soon afterwards, Hannah and I were meeting almost every day to discuss this idea of possibly hosting our own MUN conference. In under a week, we had already created a website, timeline, and staff applications page. We were lucky enough to have a good number of people apply to be chairs, despite this being a newly founded conference. After selecting our staff, we underwent months and months of meetings, whether it be choosing our topics, writing topic guides, or practicing the parliamentary procedure and mock debates. And well, after all those months, we finally made it. Here we are, after 7 months of preparation. It's almost unreal to say this. Overall, this has been a real journey for me, and I'll tell you the story of our MUN conference to say that if you put your mind to something, you can really make it happen. So this week, you don't have to do anything extravagant. You don't have to walk away feeling inspired to create a MUN conference of your own necessarily, but I do hope that you will take away something from this conference. I hope that for this weekend, you will put your mind to something and do it. Whether it be something as small as finding the courage to speak up in your committee, or something as big as being inspired to create a MUN conference of your own. Thank you.
Greetings, delegates. My name is Hannah Morton, and I'm beyond excited to serve as one of your Secretaries General for the ISMUN conference. I am so excited to see you all here, and I hope that through this weekend you will grow to love Model United Nations as much as I do. When I attended my first Model United Nations conference as a freshman, I felt the same way a lot of you probably feel. Absolutely petrified. I didn't know anything about parliamentary procedure, and I barely knew anything about the topics. And when I finally spoke, I was so quiet that my chair had to ask me to speak up. Needless to say, I didn't gather the courage to speak up again. But even in that first terrifying, unspectacular Model United Nations experience, I recognized that I had a missed opportunity. Afterwards, I felt so much regret over not finding the courage to speak up in committee. However, I was able to turn that regret into motivation. For my second Model United Nations conference, I returned ready to excel. I spoke at every possible opportunity, asked questions until my chair gently reminded me that I was allowed to stop, and alongside the other delegates in my committee, wrote a 10-page working paper. And when I was recognized for the Best Delegate Award, my chair announced me as the girl who wouldn't stop talking. There was clearly a night and day difference between the delegate I was in my freshman year and the delegate I was in my sophomore year. I tell you this to tell you one thing. I have been on both sides of the spectrum. I have been both a first-time delegate who refused to talk, and I have been an over-prepared, overachieving delegate determined to win. And both are extremely valuable. If you're too scared to speak, you'll still be listening, absorbing information, and learning about important global topics. If you're extremely prepared and extremely confident, you're contributing to substantial debate and helping make ISMUN the best conference it could possibly be. And if you're the third type of delegate, the one who's just here to have fun, you'll at least get a chance to meet some of the spectacular people who are a part of this conference. Regardless of whatever type of delegate you are, you contribute to the greatness of this conference, and I'm so excited to have you here. Finally, I strongly encourage everyone here to step outside their comfort zones and make friends that will last long after this conference is over. And if there's anything that Model United Nations can teach us, it's the importance of friendship and harmony to develop a more stable, more unified world. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing you in committee.
Selamat datang, or that means welcome in Malay. My name is Hakim, and I am the Under Secretary General of Zone 2, or the USG Zone 2. I am currently living in Edinburgh, Scotland, but I am from Malaysia. In terms of working experience, I've been privileged to work with people, chairs, and staff members alike from many different countries around the world, and I think this is the same for our delegates, just likewise in Zone 2. I hope you have fun as much as I am hoping to do so in this weekend. Thank you. And I hope to see you soon.
Hey everyone, my name is Julia. I'm one of the chairs for Security Council this year in Zone 2. I'm Brazilian of origin, but I'm currently living in Belgium and studying at the University of Sussex.
Jumbo to all delegates of ISMUN from Nairobi, Kenya. My name is Brent Pendoria, and I will be the chair of the United Nations Security Council for this year.
Hello everyone, habari ya kila mtu, natarajia mko salama. My name is Tekla Baraza from Nairobi, Kenya, and I am a SOCIM chair for Zone 2.
Hello delegates, my name is Hannah Baker and I will be one of 2 SOCIM chairs this year at ISMUN.
Greetings everyone, my name is Gauri Dhaman and I am the chairperson for the World Health Organization, WHO. I am currently residing in the Kingdom of Bahrain.
Hello everyone, my name is Prajna Prakash and I'm from Kenya. I'm honored to be co-chair for the WHO committee.
So what I'm most excited about in this conference is, well, two things. The first one is to get to meet so many different people from so many different places and all their cultures and ideas. And the second thing, obviously, is to see debate and observe debate. I've done MUN since I was 11 or 12 years old, and Security Council has always been a big passion of mine, so I'm very excited to see all the hopefully heated debates and solutions we'll get to at Security Council.
So probably the best ISMUN memory I had till today is my interview. Now I know a lot of you guys are scratching your head and saying, wait, since when did interviews become fun? But my interview was actually fun because we were 3 people in a Zoom meeting. We never had met each other, and we just started talking about, experiences, what's happening with online MUN, and it just became a conversation rather than an interview, and we were just saying, oh, you know this, you know that, and we were really connecting. And at that point, I really felt the power of MUN, globally, to unite people, even though they've never met. And I think that probably is why my interview was the best memory I'd had of ISMUN.
The thing that I'm most excited for ISMUN next year is seeing all delegates work together, hopefully passing many working papers, and looking forward to an overall fruitful debate.
My favorite memory was definitely chairing the mock debates. I've learned so much from the Secretaries General, the Under Secretary General, and my fellow chairs, and I look forward to learning a lot more.